Well, hello, and greetings, friends. Welcome again to the Black Entrepreneurs Institute live show. And we have a fantastic episode for you today. Let me tell you, you are going to enjoy this episode. For those of you that don't know me, I am BEI co-founder Damian Johnson, and I am here with my fellow business partner and entrepreneur extraordinaire, Mr. Cedric LaFleur.
Hello, everyone.
And we should have Dr. Nicole Rankin joining us in a few minutes. So, Cedric, how are you doing this evening, my friend?
Man, I am always doing great. Life is good. Great things are happening, and as long as I'm breathing, things are always great.
I know that's right. Look, it's hard to believe, but we're already in the month of May, and this year 2021 is flying by. This is the last month, Cedric, of the spring season, so that means that summer is knocking on our doorstep, is right around the corner. For me, one of the things that I love about entrepreneurship is that it gives us the space to express our creativity and to test and to try new things. And, at the end of the day, we know that everything first begins with a thought. And in entrepreneurship, that usually means that someone has an idea. I don't know about you, Cedric, but for me, most of my ideas actually come through reading. Sometimes when I'm listening to podcasts, and I get a lot of great ideas in the shower. So tell me about you, Cedric, because you always seem to have new ideas and come out with new things, new products, new services, new programs. So how do you generate new ideas?
Yeah, it's amazing, Damien. But so there's a couple of different ways. One, I know you said yours happens in the shower. I know Joanna says hers happen in the shower as well. It doesn't normally happen like that for me. So I have a couple ways. One is I have a thinking room. So I'll go in there and I'm purely focused on just thinking into new programs and new ideas. The other way it happens is I may just be jotting down things on one of my notepads. Mm-hmm. Or typing in my phone, just ideas. And when I do that, new things, new processes come into play. And all of a sudden I say, this is it right here. Right. So of the 10 things I wrote down, boom, one of them resonates with me. And then I take it and I don't think too long on things. I run with it right away. Right.
Yeah, listen, there's one thing that we know about Cedric, and it's actually one of the things that I've grown to appreciate about you, my friend, is that you're all about taking action. And that in many ways has helped propel BEI to where it is. And so you write down your ideas and then you just go execute, huh?
Absolutely. Yeah. I don't spend a whole lot of time going, well, what if, and if people don't like this or people don't like that, or nope, this is the idea. I already had the concept in mind. This is what I'm going to do with it. And boom, I just go. A few weeks ago, Damien, I decided to do that on a Friday morning. I woke up and I was just thinking about some things. And then I said, Friday mental motivation. And I walked up to my office and I came into my StreamYard and I hit go live. And I just said, whatever comes and flows through me is going to go out of me, and no script, nothing, just boom. And
no hesitation.
Yeah.
Wow, I love that. I so love that, and I think that as entrepreneurs, the thing that is that what I have learned is that nothing happens until we take action, and we only get paid for what gets done, not what is perfect. And so if you're out there listening and you're waiting until your idea is perfected or your product or your service is perfected, you might want to just take a page from Cedric's book and just go ahead and just take action, let it rip, and just improve over time, make incremental improvements over time. Right? It doesn't have to be perfect to start.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. Some things are going to work out great, right? I have some things that, boom, it works out great. Some things, not so great, right? And then what I do is I have this thing about failure. I just let it bounce right off of me, and I keep on moving.
So you got some Teflon for failure, right? You don't
exactly. Yeah. Because here's the thing. You never know what people are going to like, what's going to resonate with them, right? You put it out there based on your heart and what you want to put out there. and it's going to touch somebody, and some people are going to like it. And if you get an epic fail, then you say, okay, well, let me readjust this. Let me do something a little bit different. And then you go back at it again. That's the only way you're going to truly know. See, you can think about it till the cows come home, Damon. You can think about it for 5 hours, 2 weeks, 3 months, a year. It doesn't guarantee when you launch it, it's going to be successful.
Right. You're exactly right. So give it a shot. I love that.
Yeah.
So Cedric, I got to tell you, I'm so excited about our show today because we have a phenomenal guest, and I promise you, audience, listen, you want to lean in, make sure you just keep on watching because you're going to love her. I have known her for so many years, like since I think probably high school. And here's what I can tell you. She has a lot of personality. And our guest for today is Candice Bourne. Now, let me tell you a little bit about Candice, and I'm going to bring her on stage. Candice is the owner of multiple coin laundry businesses in South Florida, and it's called Candy Clean Laundry Corp. And she also owns one that's called D&D Coin Laundry Corp. Now, she's originally from Jamaica. Obviously, she and I went to high school, and she was born in the rural town of Mandeville. You know, and most Jamaicans gonna say Mandeville, right? but then Candice moved to Florida, and she worked as a travel agent for many years, and she was a sales associate in that capacity. And then, you know, and she was inspired by her parents. Both of them are self-employed, and despite every conceivable roadblock, she saved up and she purchased her first coin laundry. And she purchased it cash. Hear me clearly. She purchased her first business cash, debt-free. And so her laundry business offers services which entails wash, dry and fold, dry cleaning, ironing, pickup, and delivery. So here's what I'm going to tell you as I bring to the stage. Candice comes off as a real woman. She's made lots of mistakes along her way. And what I can tell you is that she's a person that, just like Cedric says, she just lets failures and mistakes bounce right off of her, and she just keeps on going. So without further ado, let me bring to the stage none other than my good friend, Candice Bourne.
Hi, everybody.
Hello.
Candice, welcome to the show. So glad that you could make some time to be with us. I know how busy you are, so thank you so much for being with us today.
It's my pleasure. Glad to be here.
Well, good. Well, Cedric, why don't you just jump right on in?
Yeah, well, you know, so first thing, I just met Candice today, and I love that her name starts with a C. You know, C's are better than, you know, hey.
That's rude.
So help us understand a little bit more about you. Specifically, how and why did you begin your entrepreneurial journey?
Well, it started with me working as a travel agent for a long time, like 17 years. That was one of my first jobs. And I sold hotel and flights. Then I moved over to selling cruises, and I did very well. I sold over $1 million for the company as a new agent. Then it grew to 2 million, 3 million. So the company was very happy with me. And then I went to the owner and I said, okay, I'm at 3 million. How can I do more? Because, you know, the more I make for the company, I'll make for myself. And he was in shock. He's like, I didn't even know it was possible to do 3 million for us. How about you maintain? And I was like, maintain? I did not want to maintain. So I started to look for, you know, businesses that I could do on my own, because my parents are business owners. And my mother is a pharmacist. My father is a pharmacist. They own their own business. And my mother was always telling me that, you know, I need to find something that I don't have to sit in. So that was the start. I didn't want to feel like a hamster on a wheel. So I started to research companies and businesses, and that was where I ended up finding coin laundries, and that sparked me. And they had seminars, and I flew to Vegas, went to some of the seminars and events that they had, and I said, this is what I want to do. So I had excellent credit. I was at 800, and I went to every single bank, and they denied me with my great credit.
Oh, wow.
They denied me. They said they're not going to take a chance on me. They want people who have already been in business, or they're willing to take a chance on people who have, some kind of partner who's been in business, and I had nothing. So I saved up, and that's why I had to buy my business cash, because no one was willing to take a chance at that time. Plus, it was at the time when the economy was not the best. So that's why I ended up doing it with cash.
Wow. And I bet you're happier now that you see that bank. Now that you're on this side of it, that bank probably was motivation, right? To say, I'm excited that I paid cash for it now. Right?
Yeah, and now the banks are calling me. Now they're calling me. They call me very regularly. Do you need anything?
Yeah.
Now they want to help you, huh?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Everybody wants to be in, Candice, on a winner, right? Yes. Nobody wants to take that chance.
Right.
Yeah.
I definitely wanted to step out because I did not want to settle with my employer just maintaining. So I said, no, I have to find some other way, something to do where I'm making more money. I can grow, because there was no growth where I was at that point.
Yeah.
So, that was the step.
Wow. So folks that are tuning in, I want you to pick up what she just said about she made $1 million, she made $2 million, she made $3 million for her company, and the owner said just maintain. Now, folks, if somebody tell you that and you made $3 million for them, that they're not in the growth mode. Yeah. You have to go on to something else and maybe open up your own business like Candice did. So what's been one of the most challenging aspects of making the transition into entrepreneurship?
One, or do you want me to go down the list?
Yeah.
Well, when I bought the business, it was already in existence. So there was employees there, the machines were running, the customers were there. And when I walked in, I really didn't know I didn't know anything. I thought I did, but the first thing I was told that one of the employees there was a manager. And I said, okay, I'm going to be the manager, so I don't need that manager. So I told my mother to let him go because I didn't know how to fire anybody.
Wait a minute. Wait, hold on. Did you just say you went to your mother and said, Mom, you go fire him?
I'd never fired anyone in my life. So I had to go to my mother. I said, you have to fire this man because I'm now going to be the manager. So my mom fired him. She did. And so I, as the manager, went in and I thought I was doing my managerial things, checking on the inventory, checking on the employees. And one of the employees looked at me and said, who's going to work the manager's shift? And I'm like, what shift? I didn't know the manager had a shift. I thought they come and go. No, the manager had a shift. And so I ended up having to work the manager's shift, but I didn't know what the shift entails because I had no clue. So that was something really, really interesting. And then a month after pumping all my cash into the business, one of the dryers caught a fire. This is 1 month after all that money that I saved was pumped into the business. We had a fire. So yes, I was heading to the beach with my friend and I got a call, the store's on fire. So I had to turn around, didn't make it to the beach. And I had to go and call, when I got to the store, there was fire trucks and everyone was outside. And thank God it wasn't bad. It was about 3 dryers that got damaged. And it wasn't that bad where I had to make a claim, because when you get into business and you're a new business owner and you have brand new insurance, you don't want to make a claim. Because then the insurance company might be like, okay, you're new. Why are you making a claim 30 days later? Is this a scam? What are you doing? So you have, so the good thing is it wasn't that bad where I had to make a claim. So do you still want me to go through that list? It was very interesting. I had to learn the business. I never washed at a public laundry before. I've always had a washer and dryer at home. So the employees were actually laughing at me opening the door of the washer because you had to press the button and open. Home, you just open. So then I used to wear heels to work
Oh.
And then the employees were laughing and saying, "Where is she going in a laundry in heels?" I changed that very fast. Even now, I have not even worn heels unless it's going out to party or something like that. But yeah, it's sneakers for laundry. So it was very interesting. It's a long, long road and a lot of learning when you're owning your own business.
So one of the things, and I'm gonna turn it over to Damon. One of the things what I take from what you just said is, don't fire the manager on the first day.
Don't make any changes at least a week in.
That is funny. So Candice, one of the things I love about your story is that you've been in business for 11 years. And, that's impressive because, the failure rate for most new businesses, they typically go under in less than 3 years. You've been in business 11 years. So talk to me a little bit about the factors that you think have contributed to your longevity in business.
One of the things, it's dedication. You have to have the dedication, and you have to have, even if it's one person by your side. Like my mother was someone who I, would go to, or my sister I would go to for advice. But, if you are not 100% in, don't even try. Don't even try, because the business I'm in is a 24-hour coin laundry. And if the employees don't show up, you have to show up. So you have to be prepared to jump in. And it's a service industry. So if the customers are there, they expect to get service. So it's not a business where you cannot show, So yes, you have to definitely be 100% dedicated. You have to have all feet in. So that is what I know for sure.
So I think that's a really important principle that you're bringing forward, because, here in the Black Entrepreneurs Institute, our mission is to elevate the mindset and the money of Black and minority entrepreneurs. And so that principle of commitment, I think, is really important, and being fully vested, fully dedicated, going all the way in, because this entrepreneurship game is not for the faint of heart, right? It's for people that are serious about having success and doing whatever it takes and figuring it out as you go along the journey. So thanks. That I think that was a fantastic nugget.
Absolutely. Yeah. You have to be 100% in, day or night. I had friends that were partying, hanging out, and they were like, "Are you coming?" And I'm like, "No, I can't. I have to work." This happens week after week, month after month, year after year.
So she's trying. Candy said, "Hey, look, I'm over here trying to do the George Jefferson. I'm trying to go up to the east side."
You know what? Yeah, that was my song. I kept at it night and day. And then it was just such a learning experience, because a lot of the employees, one of my challenges were the employees, they would not show up, and then I would have to always show up. So I'd be there for the night shift, and then in the morning, then you get a call that the morning shift is not, so you have to show up for the morning shift. Then you'll get another call that the evening shift is not coming, so you have to show up for the evening shift. I told my sister, "I'm working a triple shift today." She said, "A triple shift? I've never heard of a triple shift. I've heard of a double shift." What's a triple shift? I'm like, "That's what I'm doing, a triple shift." I've done a lot of triple shifts.
Yeah. Wow. Lots of sacrifice, huh?
Yes.
Yeah. So what was the motivation for getting into the laundry business? I mean, you had a lot of different options to look at entrepreneurship, but why laundry and the cleaning and laundry business?
Well, I was trying to find a business that I did not have to sit in. My mother's a pharmacist, and she has to dispense the medication for her patients and, for customers. And so she always was on her feet every day dispensing medication. And she's like, "Don't get into a business that you have to be, you have to sit in." So I thought that this whole module of the laundry business, I didn't have to stay and sit in it. And that's why I thought it was a perfect business for me, because I did not have to sit all day dispensing anything, or I didn't have to work there every day. So that was why I chose the laundry business. Lo and behold, I'm sitting in it every day.
I think Damien, any business Candice would have gone into, she was going to find that she had to sit in that business to make it successful.
Yeah, you gotta be prepared to sit in it. That's interesting. So Candice, if you were to looking back, now that you know what you know and all that you've gone through over the past 11 years, if you could do it again, would you still choose the same business?
I would choose the same business, yes. I love what I do. Most of my best friends are nursing. They say they have to clean. Me, I tell them I have to wash. So we're we're this is what I love. I love my customers. They come in every week. Sometimes they come in twice a week. So we're very familiar with them, and they'll tell us about their family and friends, and then we create a little bond. And then I also get to meet other businesses when we do our pickup and delivery. So we're picking up from schools and hotels and hospitals. So we get to meet so many different kind of clientele. So every day is not the same, never the same. So the business is always exciting because every day is different. Every day you're either on the road or you're in the store or you're doing different things. So I love it. I love that it's not the same every day. You don't know, what's going to happen every day. And I love that.
Right. So then let me ask you this question because, Candice, I think when most people think about the laundry business, they typically they think of a simple business. That's what I thought at first when she's in the laundry business. Okay, so and the traditional laundry business just has the washing machines and the dryers, and they usually just have a space for folding clothes. But your business model is not a simple business model because you are full service. So while you do have the standard coin laundry, you also offer the wash and fold, dry cleaning, laundry and press, pickup and delivery, as well as, and you don't just do retail, you also do commercial. And then on top of that, I noticed on your website it says that you customize any order to the client's request. So as I looked at that, I was thinking to myself, I wonder if you started off with all of those offerings, and if you didn't start off with all of those offerings, talk to me about the turning points on your growth journey that led to the expansion of all of these services you now offer.
Well, no, the business that I bought was very basic. They only offered the wash and fold service and the walk-ins, those people coming in and doing the laundry service. Mm-hmm. I added the dry cleaning services, I added the ironing services, and I added the pickup and delivery service to the business. And that was just with trial and error. You got to go in there and then you read or you go to seminars or you go to meetings and you hear what's out there. You hear the opportunities or you see what somebody else is doing, and then you try it. You try it. And then so some of the things I added was through trial and error. Mm-hmm. And my mentor, which is another laundry owner, he didn't want to do any of that. He doesn't do any of those things. He just wants to make basic money. He said he doesn't want to go through all that work. But going through all that work and adding all those extra things to the business is actually what makes the most of the business. That's what makes the most of the business. We even have a lot of machine in our store. We're one of the few laundries in the entire laundry world that has we sell lotto and scratch off. So if you win, don't buy a lotto ticket, because if my customers win, then
So listen, you got to hear that. That is pure gold. First of all, so one of the things that you should pick up on what Candice has said and shared about her journey is that she's always in the mode of educating herself, going to seminars, learning, trying to figure out what's out there. Secondly, she mentioned that she had a mentor, someone that she was gaining ideas and insights from. And the third thing, and I love this, Candice, is that you understood that there was more opportunity in the business, but it was going to take additional effort. And so you were able to expand through trial and error. So it didn't always go perfect, but you were able to test some new things, try some new things, and bringing some additional streams of income into the same business. So it could have been a basic service, right? Yeah. But because you expanded your mind and expanded the possibilities, you now have other sources of income, which I'm sure probably helped the business keep going over the past 11 years.
Absolutely. And a great website, because a lot of our customers find us from off the websites. So
Oh,
even during the pandemic, we had the Army and the Navy. We had so many different people flying in just to, secure and to protect. And we were the ones that they called, finding us online to do the laundry for all the military that was coming in. And
wow.
so that was one of the big accounts, the biggest accounts we've actually ever had during the pandemic, during ever. They found us from being online. So
Wow.
really, really
Wow.
good. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Wow. That's awesome. So I use a laundry service. They pick it up at my house and then they deliver it a couple of days later. Right. So I am glad that you guys offer that type of service. So, if you get ready to expand into Texas, Houston, then you let me know. And
You got one more
A lot of people love that service, especially now. A lot of people do not want to leave their houses
Mhm.
or their homes, and they call us, and we are the ones. You don't have to even come outside. Just leave your bag at the front door.
Yeah.
Just pick it up, get it done, and drop it right off.
Yeah. What I found is it's more the convenience. So there are two laundry services that are right in the front of my subdivision, right? But it's the convenience of just putting it right outside my door, and they pass by in their van and they pick it up, and then a couple of days later, they just deliver it right to my front door, right? It's that convenience that I really love.
It's a convenience because a lot of my customers, they own washers and dryers. They just don't have the time.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
Yeah. Yeah, well, I don't even know how to press the on and off switch. So.
Or they don't want to. A lot of people, they don't like ironing. So, if we offer ironing, we offer dry cleaning. So if you don't want to do it, we're here to help. We do it.
Yes.
We get it done.
That's awesome. And actually on some of mine, I wrote a note on the bag and said, extra starch on my shirts, on my jeans. Yeah.
Yeah, we get those notes too. Yeah, so it's a really great industry. I love it. I love the field. And if I was to do it all over again, I would do the same thing.
Wow. Well, it sounds like COVID has had a definite impact on your business, but in a positive way.
In a positive way. We were actually one of the busiest businesses. We never closed. We never had to lay off employees. They were coming in saying, well, my friends are laid off, or they are staying home. I'm like, I'm sorry, but you're going to have to keep your hours because we're not closing. That's what my employees were getting. And we never changed hours because we were deemed essential. So we never closed. We still stayed 24 hours. Even when they were doing the curfews, we still kept our doors open. We never closed that day last year.
Wow.
Yeah, never closed a day. And that was one of our best years we've had.
Yeah. Well, see, your employees were happy with you then because they were still getting revenue.
Yes, even the ones that were trying to come
back. Wow. That's interesting, right? Because it's one of the businesses that, when you think about a business that can weather a storm, who would have thought, right? Because I'm sure 11 years ago, nobody could have predicted COVID. And so in the midst of a pandemic where we see so many small businesses going under, yours actually is set up to thrive. And so I think that's a good consideration when you think about going into business, that can the business withstand the test of time?
Absolutely.
So Candice, here in BEI, we encourage our entrepreneurs to really get to know their customers and to understand their market. One of the principles that we actually subscribe to is to not make it hard for people to give you their money. And when I looked at your website, it shows that Candy Clean Laundry washers and dryers accept quarters, credit and debit cards for payment as well. You offer free Wi-Fi, arcade games, ATM, and vending machines. I mean, you offer everything, and on top of that, you even sell lottery tickets.
Absolutely. We do everything. I used to tell the customers, even now I tell them, we do everything except cook. We do everything.
Well, if you start cooking, then I'm moving for a lot of that.
Yeah, we do a lot in that store. It's 4,000 square foot, and it's games. We have everything for everybody. Everything. We even turn off the TV sometime and play music. So we change it a little bit. Yeah.
So So Candy Clean is where the money resides. So the point I was the point I was making is that it seems like anything that your customers want, you basically provide, right? And even the website talks about how you have spacious parking. Talk to me a little bit about your thinking process in terms of all of these different offerings, because this is kind of really outside of just offering laundry services, right? These are some additional perks that I think, looking at that, I imagine that customers love to come and laundry their clothes in your facility because they can have an experience, right? They can get work done. They can, they can have fun while they're there. So take me through that sort of thinking model that led you down that path.
Well, it's again trial and error because we have different customers from so many different walks of life. We have a mixture of Spanish, English, we have everybody. So it just depends. Like in the morning, we try to keep it a little bit more quiet because we have a lot of nurses and firemen that are coming off duty and they're doing like 24-hour shifts. They'll come in and they'll wash. So we want to make sure that the environment is not like loud in the morning. A lot of the customers, they are maybe tired and they just want to read. Well, we offer books, by the way. We sell books. So they'll read and they'll just want to take it easy. As the day progresses, then we'll have more parents, some mothers with kids. We want to make sure that they are able to enjoy the games. We have the TVs on, and then we'll also be able to have sections. We have sections for the kids or the parents, or if people want to come in and eat their tables. So we make sure that the store is 100% clean. We try to keep up with being clean. Even before the pandemic, we were clean. We try to make sure that the store is 100% clean at all times. So that's just something that we fell into, where everyone was trying to clean and clean. We were always doing that. And then as the day progresses, we have people who are coming from town that they need services done. So we'll also make sure that we have our wash and fold employees ready to take orders and to iron. So it's just, through the years of learning and growing is when you set up yourself to get everything into place. So that is why now everything is in place and it's flowing really great.
That's awesome.
Yeah, that is awesome. So I have a question. It's just a general interest question. When I go to the a place in the front of my subdivision to drop something, they have this like thing that it's like a conveyor belt, right? I'm sure everybody wants to know. So I see numbers or see letters up there. And I'm like, how do they just go there and they press the button and it comes around and say, okay, this is here's right here. How do you do that? I mean, not how do you press the button? I know the conveyor. I know that, okay. We're not that slow in Texas. But how do you know that that's mine?
Well, a lot of the customers we know because they're regulars. So if you're not a regular, we have it in alphabetical order.
Oh.
That's what okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I always wonder because they always seem to stop it at the right times. Like, I don't even see anything up there, but okay, all right. I got it now. All right.
We have a lot of regulars. So we either see you coming through the door and we have it ready for you, or if we're not familiar with you, then we have it in alphabetical order so we know where to go.
Okay, so everyone in the audience, I know you guys want to know that question because I always wondered that, and I said I'm not going to ask them that, but since I have to, I'm just going to ask in front of millions of people.
That's funny. That's funny.
Based on your experience, what advice, Candice, would you give to aspiring entrepreneurs? Right now, I want you to just look into the camera, and I want you to talk to that person they're right on the cusp of saying, no, I don't think I'm going to be able to do it, or I'm not ready yet, I'm not good enough, all of these things, right? They're right there. They want to. What advice would you give them?
I would say jump. Go for it. Go for it. You're going to make a million mistakes but you need to make the first. Go for it. Don't be scared. Jump in there and try to find a mentor. You need a mentor. You need someone who's going to help to guide you, and someone who's going to help to give you advice. So you're definitely going to need a mentor, and you definitely need to jump. Because if you don't jump, then you're not going to have an answer. And it may turn out really, really great. So, definitely make that step.
Yes. Awesome. I love that. Just jump, folks. Just jump.
Give your business the benefit of the doubt. Give your idea the benefit of the doubt. I love it. And mentorship, so critical. And we know that mentorship oftentimes, Candice, makes the difference, because even here within the Black Entrepreneurs Institute, we offer an 8-week boot camp to really help entrepreneurs that are aspiring, or maybe those that have been out there for a while and they haven't really started to get the traction. We do an 8-week intensive boot camp, and we take them through a variety of really, really important lessons, from laying a solid foundation through understanding their niche, through branding and sales and negotiation. And with everything that we do, there's a practical application. So we don't just teach, it's actually guided practical application where we mentor them, so that when they get out into the business world, or as they're operating their business, they can put these skills into practical application. So we understand the value of mentorship. So let me ask you this question. So what would you say, now that you're 11 years deep into this thing, what would you say has been one of your most satisfying moments in business since you've been an entrepreneur?
Just watching the business grow. We've grown so much. That is satisfying for me. And also just watching my customers come in, and they're happy with how I have everything. They're happy with the space. They're happy with the machines. They're happy with even the employees. They come in and they'll be like, this lady here is fantastic. What you're doing over here is really, really great. We love it. We decorate every holiday. Every machine gets a heart if it's Valentine's, Christmas, we decorate. One year we weren't going to decorate, and an employee put us in our place, like a customer, put us in our place. Like, where are the decorations? What's going on? No decorations this year? So we had to put our decorations up. So, we just love what they're enjoying, and we try to keep doing what we do. So the customers, their feedback is just very precious. We listen and we do.
Well, that's awesome. So what would you say the top 3 skills that is needed really to be a successful entrepreneur?
Top 3 skills. You definitely have to be dedicated. You definitely have to be, you have to stay on top of your technology game, because there's always things coming out. You have to always be on top of it. And that's why we offer coins as well as cards now, because a lot of people, they don't want to keep putting coins in. And so they want to use their cards. But then we have a lot of people who are old fashioned and they don't want to use their cards. So they still want to put their coins in. So we have to give them best of both worlds. And so you have to stay on top of technology. And also your employees either can make or break you. So you also have to make sure that whoever you put in place in your store for the face of your business is going to be, going to represent you how you want to be represented. So your employees is key.
Yes. So help us understand, just again, this is just some general knowledge type stuff of your business. I know you said, hey, the machines have coin and card, but what's some of the other technological advancements that has been made in this industry that may be interesting to the audience?
Well, believe it or not, we take credit cards. A lot of coin laundry they're still not up to the times with taking credit card. So we take credit cards. Even our vending machines, they take coins and credit cards. So in terms of things like that, a lot of the coin laundry still don't offer Wi-Fi. So those are some of the things that we've upgraded and updated. And even now, there's also technology in terms of newer machines that can notify customers when their laundry is ready on their phone. So we have that.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
So you can sit, you can go do lunch, or you could go do an errand, or you can sit in your car, and then you'll get a message that your laundry is done.
See, that's just taking it to a whole nother level. Now, the washing machine talking to you. Hey, girl, your wash is done.
Yeah. There, you got to stay on top of technology.
All right, and let me say, just in case someone say, "Well, girls are not the only one that do wash." Hey, dude, your wash is done. All right.
Oh man, that's funny. So Candice, as I listen to your story and you talk about having to work a triple shift, that's one of the things that we see are sometimes challenging for entrepreneurs. Is this this idea of having to burn the candle at both ends? And so I'm interested to know how you maintain harmony between the business and your personal life, because I know you have kids as well.
Yes. That was tough. Well, I always try to include my kids with every step. The first step was when I needed to come up with the cash for the business. I sat with the kids and I was like, okay, I'm going to need to pull your money and I'm going to need to pull your money. I have 2 kids. So I told my son, I'm going to need to borrow his money. He's like, okay, mommy, you can take everything. He was like 10 years old at the time. And my daughter was 8 going on 9. And I said to her, I'm going to need to take all your money and I'm going to need to buy this business. My daughter's like, no, mommy, I'm going to be broke. Little child. But yeah, I did have to involve them. And I was like, I don't know why at 8 years old I'm telling you this, but yeah, I did involve them. And then I did, have to take them to work a lot of the times when they were on holidays, after school. We went on the street to pick up clothes and pick up customers, pick up businesses, clothes and business towels and hotel. They rolled with me. They came with me and they learned a lot about the business. So, that's how I ended up kind of balancing it out. They pretty much worked with me a lot of the times. And now they're very grateful because a lot of things that they've learned, they're able to, implement at school or implement right now in college because they're in college at this time.
Wow, you have kids in college?
I have kids in college.
I would say you're not too far out of college.
Yeah. My daughter just got her first job at a Holiday Inn, and in 2 weeks, they saw that she had managerial potential, and they offered her to be a manager at the Holiday Inn 2 weeks at her first job.
Wow.
Yeah. So that was very exciting. So
wow.
She, because she's been pretty much a manager at the Clean Laundry. So.
Wow. Well, that is that's awesome. And you know what, Candice, what you're doing is you are legacy building, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
And your mom did it to you, and now you're doing the same thing to your kids. That is just so awesome.
Yes. So that's the great things. I mean, it wasn't as great for them when, a lot of the holidays you would have to work, but it's one of the things that you have to teach your kids a balance, because they did have times that they didn't work. So it's not all about work. They did get to enjoy some of their little freedom and their little lives. But, I'm glad that I was able to help them learn, with the business about reality and how things work and customer service and handling money. So they were able to learn that along the way. So now that's one thing they don't have to really learn because they know.
Yeah. That is that's awesome. I'm glad you did that. So if you had a chance to start all over again, right? Your entrepreneurial journey, right? What would you do differently?
I think I would. My employees is the biggest challenge because there's so many people that you hire that has different personalities. Mm-hmm. So I think one of the things I would do is take a class, like a managerial class, or a class that will help me learn about managing different people. because I didn't do that. So that's one of the classes that I would definitely encourage, entrepreneurs to do. If they're going to manage people, they need to take a class so they can know how to manage.
Yeah, that's actually a great lesson for any entrepreneurs right there. Understanding that connecting increases your influence in every situation.
There you go.
Right.
That was my biggest challenge, because I never managed anyone ever. I never had to. And to be thrown in that position, everybody's just not like you.
Right.
Yeah. Find that out real fast.
Yes.
Yeah.
Awesome.
So Candy, so this we'll wrap up here in just a second, but let me just ask you this. So as you think forward, and you're strategically planning out maybe the next 3 to 5 years, what kind of goals do you have for yourself and for your business as you look to the future?
I definitely would like to grow the pickup and delivery. The goal is to have at least maybe about 50 accounts with more hotels, more schools, and more chiropractors. So that's in terms of growth, one of my goals actually was to try to get the Hard Rock hotel. So that's an account that's to reach for. Also, not only with the laundry business, but I think I would like to expand more into real estate. And if I do end up buying another coin laundry, I want to buy the coin laundry and the actual building. So that's my goal too, because right now we do not own the building. We're in a plaza that we have to pay the landlord. So in the future, I would like to own my own building.
Oh, that's great. That's awesome. All right, so tell our audience, Candice, how they can connect with you, how they can find out more about you. Maybe there's some of our audience certainly are in the South Florida area and they want to come and check out Candy Clean. So how can they find you?
They can find us on our website, candycleanlaundry.com, and we also have Instagram, Candy Clean Laundry. And we also have our fantastic Facebook, Candy Clean Laundry. So that's 3 of the mediums you can go on and find us.
So there you have it, folks. So you can find her on Candy Clean. Look on candycleanlaundry.com, Candy Clean Laundry on Facebook, on Instagram. It's Candy Clean everything. So Candice, listen, thank you. This has been a great, enjoyable interview, and we really love the success, and we love your story. And listen, so guys, what she shared has been pure gold. She talked about being dissatisfied, being in a box in her job, and them not wanting to allow her to express her potential after she'd done such great work. So she decided to look for opportunities. She educated herself, went to seminars, workshops, sought out growth opportunities, found a mentor. And you know what? The most important thing is that she decided to jump. And it's interesting because not even the banks wanted to take a chance on her. So she had to do what she had to do, including raiding the kids' piggy bank. See, when you're committed, you do everything that you need to do to build your business. And so I just wanted to recap some of those nuggets. If you've missed this interview, you want to go back and catch it from the very, very beginning. So Candice, thank you so much for your time.
Pleasure.
We're looking forward to seeing you do great things. I'm sure Cedric wants to see you expand into Texas.
Yeah. And there's only one place in Texas. That's Houston. Everything else is just a suburb of Houston.
Okay, we'll look into that.
Well, it has been awesome meeting you, and it's been a great interview. Hopefully, you've enjoyed it as much as we have. And audience, make sure that you go and check out candycleanlaundry.com. Whether you're in the Florida area or not, just go check it out. Go like our Facebook page, right? Everybody can always use a little bit more visibility and exposure. And if you're in the Fort Lauderdale area, then definitely go check out Candy Clean Laundry. Awesome.
Thank you so much. Thank you guys so much for having me today. I really appreciate it.
Well, it has absolutely been our pleasure. And so guys, thank you for joining us. It's been another fantastic episode of BEI Live. Do stay tuned because there's more programming coming up here on the Empowered Living Network. Thanks for joining us. Remember, if you missed the show live, the replay is on Sunday at 3 p.m. So until then, take care, and we'll see you next time.